Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today, I want to talk to you about the limitations of a will. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, so this was actually a TikTok question that I got today. And I haven't talked about this for a while, I don't think, and it's definitely something worth talking about again. And that's why we're here. So I had someone ask me a question. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, by the way, go for it. Sneaky Lawyer Tips. So it's even shorter than this. They're real quick hitters. Try to put stuff on there every day, but there's a lot of very specific questions and a lot of pretty good information over there at Sneaky Lawyer Tips. All right, so that's my plug. So she basically said her problem was that someone had died, they had a will, they gave the assets to a person, but they asked that the assets be used for something specific. She wanted to know if that was possible. And that reminded me about the limitations of a will. If you have had a conversation with me about estate planning and we talk about the limitations of a will, you have heard me say this before, but there are basically two main limitations of a will, both of which people don't always understand. Number one, a will does not eliminate the need for probate, okay? Probate is the process of transferring your assets to someone else. All the will does is tell the world where you want those assets to go. If you do not have a will, then you don't get to choose where your assets go. They go to wherever the state directs, according to a chart that they have, right? The will can tell the world where you want everything to go, to a friend, to somebody you hate, to a charity, doesn't matter. But wherever the will says, that's where things will go. The process of getting those things to those people is probate. So that's limitation number one. Limitation number two is that with a will, you only have the authority to direct distributions. You do not have any control or management or oversight over those assets once they are distributed to the person that you have told them to go to. So, for example, and I've had people try to do this, they say, look, we have kids. If I die, I'm going to give my money to my mom, for example, and then my mom is going to agree with me to hold that money and give it and use it for my kids, okay? If you only use a will, there is only one thing that is certain. Your mom is going to get all of that money, all right? Whether she uses it for the kids or not is not really up for debate. There's no way to require that to happen. There's no way to force that to happen. And that person would be able to do whatever they wanted to with those assets. Whether they have good ideas or not, whether they have good intentions or not, there can be unintended consequences. Let's say I die. All the money goes to my mom. She has every intention of using the money for my kids. And then a year goes by, she is actually helping them out. And then she dies. She has her own will, and the will gives all of her assets to charity. Now, all of the money that I've given to my mom to be used for my kids is going to go to that charity via my mom's will. That's why we don't like wills when it comes to these kinds of things. There is another vehicle that will accomplish, sort of meet both of these limitations. That is a revocable living trust. I might talk more about that later. I talk about that all the time, but it's really important and critical to know for the purposes of what I'm talking about right now, that a will does not avoid probate, and a will does not allow you to control and have oversight over your distributions after they've been made. All the will does is tell who gets what, period. End of story, end of the line. That's all she wrote, folks, okay? So if you want to have more control, if you want to make sure that your money goes to someone and then goes to someone else after they die, if you want to really do anything like that, anything other than just give someone something, then you're going to need a trust. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps. Please, please, please don't make this mistake. It can have far-reaching and catastrophic effects potentially for your family, depending on what happens and depending on what happens to the people that you give the money to. All right, so hopefully that made sense. If it did, that's great. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're someplace you can subscribe, do it. And if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. All right, that is it for today. As always, I am Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Appreciate you. And I will talk to you again soon. See ya.